very interesting evening. Has nothing to do with Sibelius or Shostakovich.
That's true, but every year we have a program, as you say, from olden times that
From the old
celebrates
times.
music of the Baroque period, the classical period, sometimes together, as this program has on one program.
Right. This time we are going to have a guest conductor, which is very interesting feature, a novelty actually. And this guest conductor, Kenneth Slowick, is a great specialist in music of the Baroque. He plays beautifully cello and gamba.
He's an amazingly talented and erudite conductor. I've worked with him here at Northwestern. He conducted the St. John Passion here, and he's very skilled at a variety of instruments. Gamba, harpsichord, as you mentioned, he's a great scholar. He's lived and worked at the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C.
Yes.
for quite a long time, and he's going to offer a program that includes music of Henry Purcell, one of the most imaginative of the British composers.
Right. Anyway, so that is the interesting thing about Kenneth Slowick is not only his knowledge about old times, but his love of old times. When he talked with public about music of Purcell, he's actually living it through it.
Yes.
And he finds so much humor and so much life in it. It appears as alive and bursting with energy as it was written today.
And although he's worked a great deal with period instrument players, he's very adept at working with players on modern instruments as our orchestra plays.
Yes, exactly. So we're going to just go through this program. The first is, as we mentioned, music by Purcell. His suite from Abdel Lazar. Did I say it right?
I think so. That's what you call it. And it's going to be reflective of Purcell's wonderful sense of harmony. It's sometimes surprising to realize that this music was written over 300 years ago and still sounds so fresh.
Absolutely.
And imaginative.
Yes.
And then we'll feature two members of the PMF orchestra.
Exactly.
One sort of established and long time, and a newer talent.
Right. Right. So here we have Concerto for Two Cellos by Antonio Vivaldi. It will be performed by Paul Edwin and Anna Burden together to represent, as Stephen said, a long-timer and newcomer of our cello section. But interestingly enough, both are products of studio of Hans-Jürgen Jensen from Northwestern University, so they have something in common in their past. And that common is both of them studied with the same teacher here, and both of them were members of Northwestern Symphony Orchestra.
Yes, and then we will feature another member of the Peninsula Music Festival Orchestra, our fabulous principal trumpet, Terry Everson.
Yes, this time Terry will play for the first time Baroque concerto by Johann Baptist Georg Neruda, who was a Czech composer and violinist and Kapellmeister, and he lived between year 1707 and 1780, so just by a quarter century older than Joseph Haydn. So he was contemporary of the Mannheim school composer.
Right, and he
yes.
worked primarily in Germany.
Right.
So we already have a nice European Union going on this program.
Exactly.
With Britain and Vivaldi from Italy and Neruda, born in Czechoslovakia or that region, and then working mostly in Germany.
Okay, then this will be followed by our second half, which will feature Haydn's symphony, one of the greatest symphonies from his London Symphony, and that is Symphony number 103, which is called the Drum Roll Symphony. That symphony will be preceded by another short work of Purcell, or perhaps Telemann. That work is still in the process of intense negotiations.
Well, it's always wonderful to have the Haydn symphonies played at PMF. I think it's been a couple of years since we had one.
Definitely.
And interestingly enough, even though this will be a program of older music, we'll still have some first PMF performances on it.
Absolutely, absolutely, yes. And we're looking forward to it. So, as I said previously, rush to buy your ticket.